What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have all the people in this country unite under the fact no racism, no discrimination, no people that make billions when other people are suffering.
For them people to have honest conversations, to care about each other, and to have equal rights.
My American dream is an America where we fully engage the ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all people, not based on the color of your skin tone, your access to money and resources, your ability to pay your way through a legal system or a litigious process to obtain something like health care.
I hope America will be one day like Martin Luther King fights so hard for equality. We are all the same. We are all the same. There's no race, there is no nationality, nothing. We are created by God and we are all the same, and that's what we have to be in this country.
My American dream is that this truly does become a place where we can all coexist and have liberty and justice for all.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Okay, everyone, I'm outside the courthouse. I'm live on the scene, waiting for the verdicts in the Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort federal cases.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for the verdicts in the Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen cases.
But wasn't that yesterday?
Oh, no! It was? Oh, my God, you're right. Oh, thank you for letting me know.
All right.
Oh, man. Well, I guess I'll head back to the office and break the bad news to Brad. Oh. But before I do, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, in case you did, Miami field correspondent Anna Ascona, in another installment of That Just Doesn't Make Any Sense, discussed her feelings about the Trump administration making it difficult even for skilled immigrants to enter America to work, even though that's what he said he wanted. That man is just a bunch of contradictions. And we also met Adib Anwar. Adib comes from Bangladesh, where he moved here at a very young age with his family. He has a great job and a girlfriend, and he's completely American. The only problem is he's DACA. Spar Bernstein immigration attorney Jenny Kim was able to get him DACA until 2019, but of course he's very worried. He discussed what it feels like to feel American in every way except to not have the proper paperwork. We love Adib and we wish him all the best. What's on today's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Watch and enjoy. Groundhog Sam Live, coming at ya from the street.
All right, it's Groundhog Sam about a day late. I'm not sure who that actor was with Groundhog Sam, but I hope I don't get a letter from SAG, you know.
I think you might.
You know, the union for actors.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is going to want his payment for that Castaway
just
appearance.
Just a random person walking down the street just jumps in and is the extra in the Sam video.
Listen, if you acknowledge Groundhog Sam, you will absolutely get looped into this skit.
Well, Belgium Kim, welcome.
Hello, hello.
And Jonathan is off on assignment, probably eating somewhere. Right? Usually when he goes off on assignment, he's eating somewhere.
It's not fair.
Not fair?
It's not fair. Why don't I get to eat?
We will find out where he's eating in a few days. He's off on assignment. But in the meantime, I have to say hello to Harris HB. Abigail Taylor Watson, Cordella Douglas, Dionne Watson, Velma Gale, Carol Anderson. A lot of people always like this, everybody's honey now. Hi, hun.
Yeah,
hi, hun. Hi, hun. Smiley Smith is the only one. Yes, Smiley, you are correct. You are the only one not hearing sound. You have to turn the volume up.
Yes, that does help.
That does help.
And Smiley also had the good instincts.
Which
she
is
said,
what?
you know what? I think it might be Facebook. I'm going to switch over to the other stream.
Aha, because we are on YouTube. We're
options.
on YouTube on Brad Show Live and Facebook Brad Show Live.
Yes.
Dionne Watson, I said Carol already. Tamika Nelson, Stacey Ann Hodge.
Even no Alvarez.
Wants to know if there's any of the chicken left. What chicken is she talking about? Where was my chicken?
Was it Tamika's chicken or Cordella's chicken?
I don't
probably?
know, but I didn't get any chicken.
Yeah, I mean, none of us got chicken, Brad.
Yes.
That's the whole problem.
And Abigail Taylor Watson, already a little shade there. Mr. Pessimist Rogjay and Busy Jeff Ola.
Damn.
Hi, Stacey Ann from Dionne Watson. Caston Redwood saying hello. And Donna Roden, Yvonne Steele. Good evening, Brad, and the entire Brad Live family. And Marjorie Thompson saying hello. And Dawn Harriet saying hello. Velma Gale. Just calling out a whole bunch of names. Groundhog Sam, Dawn, Marjorie, Marge, Lynn, Stacy. All blessings from Velma Gale. Andrea Murray. Is it early Groundhog Day, guys?
It's Groundhog Day
every day is Groundhog Day, Andrea Murray. Since February 2nd.
We're putting groundhogs back on the map.
That's right. It's not just February 2nd anymore.
No.
Right.
The groundhog
you know what would be
activists love
great
us.
on February 2nd is if Groundhog Sam takes a day off. And he's like on vacation.
Oh man,
I think he may have to take a vacation on Groundhog's Day. That'd be a funny video.
I totally thought you were gonna say he takes over the show. Like
Maybe he can take over the show too.
Questions.
We're all just doing puppets all day on Groundhog Day. Stacey Ann says Barbara made some chicken. No, she had KFC.
Ooh.
I remember I was in college.
That's the
and
last
I got
time you had
it was
KFC.
probably the last time I had KFC. Because I got the bucket.
Yeah,
And
as
then,
one does.
Right, which one does. And then it comes with the mashed potatoes.
Delicious.
And the free coleslaw.
Yeah.
Right? And I was supposed to share it with my roommates.
But
I got home.
Yeah.
And I just went to town.
You ate the entire bucket?
The entire bucket. And then I was so sick. I went to the gym and went on the Stairmaster for 1 hour.
Did you not throw up the entire bucket of chicken?
No, I'm like, that was the last time I said I'm never eating this
that
again.
sounds like a traumatic KFC experience.
There was two traumatic fast food experiences I had.
Wait, what's the other?
The White Castle traumatic experience too, but we'll talk about that another day.
Okay.
That was traumatic also.
There's another
dramatic or traumatic, probably both.
A little bit of both. Oh man.
Yeah, David Gabriel saying hello, and Cece Mitchell saying hi to everybody. Anna Tomarevsky.
Yes,
I think she watches on both YouTube and Facebook, because I kind of see her on both sometimes. And Velma Gale watching on both.
Ooh, Tamika Nelson said, Brad, did you call and check on your Denisha? There was an earthquake that happened there in Trinidad. We did check on Denisha. She is safe.
I did not know.
We checked.
I did. Did you really check?
I really checked.
Is she okay?
She's really okay.
This is the first I'm hearing.
Yeah, she marked herself safe on Facebook.
Did you get her on the phone?
I did not get her on the phone.
Get her on the phone, and she can be, if we can get her on the phone, she can be our person on the street right there from Trinidad reporting.
Our earthquake correspondent.
Our earthquake correspondent from Trinidad. Is everybody okay?
No fatalities reported.
Was it a big earthquake?
It was a big earthquake.
This is actually the first I heard about it.
Yeah,
just now.
It happened yesterday, but no fatalities, no one.
When were we drinking tequila or something? I mean, why would we not know about this?
I think because the world was busy exploding about Michael Cohen and Paul Manafort.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was just because we were just drinking tequila.
That could have also been it, Brad.
All right, and of course on YouTube, Simone Garraway, first person on both YouTube or Facebook to say hello.
Yes,
Simone Garraway. So big. What it was? Big
ups.
Big ups.
Big ups to Simone.
All right, Man City. He's a big dude. I think Man City. Anybody?
As big as a city, you would say?
I don't know. I don't know who he is. He says hello. He's Man City, the noisy neighbor. Mm-hmm. Man City is a soccer team. Manchester.
Oh, Manchester.
No.
Wait, Manchester City? Isn't it Manchester United?
Manchester's called Man City. I understand. I just thought this man is a...
Wait.
Okay.
Manchester is called Man City? Maybe I need to move to Manchester.
Yeah, I just thought this guy's just a big dude. He's like as big as the city.
Right.
I am not a soccer fan at all.
I know you call it FIFA.
Yeah. You know who is? Zach, my son. He went for the European Soccer Championships.
Yeah, that's right.
He was such a big soccer fan. He flew to Ukraine, not kidding around. Insane. He went with a friend, and he bought a ticket for like $600. I don't know where he stayed, in some like hostel for like $30.
Right.
And he and his friend went to the European Soccer Championships for 4 days.
That's amazing.
And then I spoke to him, and he said, "Yep, Manchester lost."
That's unfortunate.
Right,
Wait, is he a Manchester fan?
Yeah, he was a Manchester fan.
Damn.
But he actually went and did it.
Who did he want to win the FIFA World Cup? The World Cup.
I don't know. And I told him, I said, why don't you go to the World Cup in Russia? That would seem to be more fun, I would think. And he goes, no.
But
the European Soccer Championships, you had to go all the way to the Ukraine.
I feel like Russia would be kind of hard to go to
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
No idea.
I find it really difficult to drive to MetLife Stadium to watch a Giant game, let alone, from New York to MetLife, across the river. It's just like a lot of pressure, all right, to go. It's a lot of traffic.
It's a sporting event.
It's a big thing. So I'd rather watch it on television, but, he's a soccer fan, to fly in there.
That is.
So Yvonne Steele says it was 7.3 magnitude earthquake in Trinidad. That's a pretty big earthquake.
Yeah, it was.
And nobody was hurt in Trinidad?
No casualties.
Wow, they're very lucky there.
I don't know about
They were very, very lucky there.
Yeah, they were. They absolutely were.
And all our friends, including Denisha, checked in safe.
Checked in safe. Our people are safe. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Man City, Rob J. Roberts, with our sports reporter on the beat, says that Man City is in fact, and I believe Rob J. Everything he says always comes true.
That's true.
Like he says, we'll never reach 700 shares. But of course we do. So as soon as I know that Rob J. says we're not going to reach the share, I know we're going to do it. And then the times when he's like, yeah, that's doable, we never do it.
Never even close.
But in this particular instance, I will trust Rob J.'s sports acumen.
Yeah.
And he says Man City is the English Premier League champions. I have no idea.
I do not know.
I had
no idea.
I will tell you what I do know.
What do you know, Brad?
That if nobody shares this show, nobody will hear it.
That's a good point.
Okay, do we have a share game today? It is Hump Day.
It is Hump Day.
You know what Hump Day means?
What does Hump Day mean, Brad?
It means we have Hump Day stories.
Yeah, we do.
We get we get a little feisty, right?
We get a little saucy.
A little saucy.
A little saucy.
I like to say feisty.
You do, yeah. You like them feisty? I like them saucy.
Yes, don't call me saucy Bernays. Right? That was from Mel Brooks. Is that the line or something?
I think
no, it's not don't call me. It's like, don't be saucy with me, Bernays.
That's right.
That's the line. So, what are we going to do for a share game today, Belgium Kim?
Well, I'm going to tell you what we're not going to do.
Raj calling me out saying I'm always right. I can point to a lot of times when you said there's no way we're going to do it, Rock J, and we did it.
And we did it. And we
made
it.
I don't want to have a whole.
We're not going to pull out the receipts on you like that.
We're not going to. But if you want, we'll run a repeat tomorrow and show you where you were wrong.
No problem. The comments get saved forever.
That's right. That is very true. Can't pull one on us, Rock J.
No, we got a record.
That's right. What are we going to do for a share game today?
After I spent a fair amount of my day once again folding T-shirts.
Oh.
Folding T-shirts.
I spent half my day hungover.
Did you?
Yes. If anybody saw, I got to the office around 11. Took me a little. I was a little later than usual this morning. Because I don't know if anybody watched yesterday on our Brad Show After Hours. We played fake news, and Kim got me on almost every last one.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes, I only got 3 right, 4 wrong.
Yep.
And Yo-Yo got 4 right, 3 wrong.
Correct.
And every time I lost, they made me take a shot of tequila.
Yep.
Plus, I think we did 2 socials.
We did.
So I think in total, I did 6 shots in about a 28-minute show.
And then by the end, you were confessing your undying love to us all.
That is very true. And we have that on tape, too.
We do, indeed.
And we have that on tape, too. Right. So, I drank a little too much in 28 minutes. So,
flawless.
So go back and watch Brad Show After. You want to see me drunk at the end of the show.
I will say the trades were so messed up on my way home, and it was shocking, but I didn't care at all. Not at all. I was like, yeah, whatever. And
then I looked at Yo-Yo's story in the morning because I woke up. I went home. I just kind of passed out. Mm-hmm. And I looked on Yo-Yo's story on Instagram in the morning, and he has this huge bottle of tequila, on his story. He's like, boy, this is a lot of fun. I get 150 bottles of tequila on set. We're having a good time.
It's a good job.
Yeah,
it's a good gig.
It was a good gig. So, what do you think we should do? We want to have a drinking game again. They got to share. No.
No, because I don't feel like enough people helped pick our drink yesterday.
All right. What do we want to give away? Maybe we want to give away. We did movie tickets once.
I was gonna say I kind of like the idea of sending them somewhere, sending a couple people. Again.
Belgium Kim does not want to fold any more T-shirts or mail anything.
For the love of God, do not give anyone a T-shirt.
All right. So we folded all the T-shirts. We're waiting on the envelopes now.
Yeah, they're coming in on Friday.
They're coming in Friday. Yeah. So literally, in all seriousness, the shirts will be mailed out by Monday at the latest.
By Monday
everybody
at the latest.
will have them by Labor Day.
Yep. We're planning a Friday folding party.
Yes. Okay. Very good. So what is our share game, Belgium Kim?
So our share game is
I'm putting you on the spot. But I can overrule you if I don't like it.
Yeah, you only. If we get to 500 shares, Brad Bernstein.
That's not.
If we get to 800 shares.
That's too much.
If we get to 725 shares.
650 shares.
650.
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
Plus. We have to have at least 60 people watching at one time on YouTube.
Yeah, but I have
What does everybody win?
I think.
Jill, do you have any suggestions? Jill. Hello, Jill.
God, come in, Jill. Come in.
Jill has no suggestions.
Listen.
Jill is telling me tickets to David Hasselhoff in concert. That's what she said. David Hasselhoff will be coming in concert.
No, she's just trying to win them for herself.
What?
She's just trying to win them for herself.
All right, first of all, Donna wrote it. I have to tell you, Donna. Okay, let's be realistic. All right, free trip to Jamaica. I mean, what does she want us to go broke? We're mailing out T-shirts. The T-shirts, just to mail out the postage, it's like $3-4 a shirt.
It's true. It's true.
All right, you want me to go broke here? What can we do?
I think Jelly Bean has a good idea.
Okay.
A Starbucks gift card, or mine is if we get to 650 and 100 live YouTube watchers, you let me post twerk video so that Brad Squad can go see it whenever they want.
No.
One day, you guys.
All right. So what
Starbucks card is
okay. So what we will do?
Yeah.
Okay, what we will do is we will have $100 worth of Starbucks cards. So 10, so it'll be 10 Starbucks cards at $10 each.
Yes.
Okay, if we hit 650 shares and 60 people, we will today. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Today. We will pull out our. I don't know. How are we gonna decide?
Well, see, the thing is that if we do it today, we can pick out of the drum, and it can be every member of the Brad Squad up until like a week ago. Or if we want to make sure that it's the people who are only watching today, we can do the 2 comment thing. We do the 2 comments today.
Right, and then we can just put those in the drum tomorrow.
Those go in the drum, and you guys find out tomorrow.
Right, and Rog J says if you want to hit, he's like no twerk. I agree with Rog J. Me and Rog J are like simpatico right now. I mean, no twerking video.
Exactly, because you guys are the only ones on team no twerk.
All right, so how about this?
Yeah.
Okay, because Abigail says Dunkin' Donuts.
You guys want Dunkin'?
You want Dunkin' over Starbucks? Yeah, because maybe they want donuts. Maybe they can go in and get it for Baskin Robbins, maybe. Right?
Now we're talking. If we're talking ice cream, we're speaking.
All right, so let's do Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
Because we always do Starbucks. Okay, yeah, Starbucks, their coffee's a little tough sometimes.
It is.
All right, so this is the story. Share game, 650 shares, 60 people watching on YouTube, and we will raffle off $10 Dunkin' Donuts gift cards tomorrow to anybody who watched today. And how do we know if you watched today? Because you made 2 comments. Whether you made the 2 comments on YouTube or you made 2 comments on Facebook. How's that?
I think that's a perfect idea, Brad.
All right. So why don't you tell everybody how to share before we get into our schmooze?
Okay, you guys, this is so easy, and you know the drill. You just hit that little arrow. It's at the bottom or the top of your screen, depending on what device you're looking at. You're gonna send that, and you're gonna press that, and you're gonna put it on your own timeline, your friends' timelines, the timelines of any groups you're a member of. You're gonna share with everyone. And then when you see that your people are joining in and it's going to be like, hey, your friend's watching the show, you tell them to share too.
There you have it.
There you have it.
Okay, so let's get into schmoozing.
We're schmoozing.
All right. So everybody knows Michael Cohen. He's guilty.
Guilty.
Okay. Manafort. Guilty.
Guilty.
So let's talk about this a second.
Yes.
Okay. Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
President's personal attorney.
Right.
And the number 2 guy in the Republican National Committee.
Right.
Guilty of campaign finance fraud.
Yes.
Paul Manafort, Donald Trump's campaign manager.
Yes.
Guilty of tax fraud.
Right.
Rick Gates.
Yes.
The assistant campaign manager.
Yes.
Guilty of tax fraud.
Yes.
The general, what's his name? Flynn.
Mike Flynn.
Yes. Guilty.
Yes.
Papadopoulos.
Guilty.
Campaign. Guilty. Carter. Guilty.
Yes.
And there's, but he says it's a witch hunt. Well, it sounds like the witches. It sounds like the witches. They're catching the witches.
Yeah,
of course, it's a witch hunt. These people are evil. Witches are evil, and they're catching them. Of course, we're all in agreement, Donald. It's a witch hunt, and we're catching them. goddammit. So President Trump said, this morning, his former lawyer and campaign chairman are both now convicted felons. So between the lines, within an hour, the president seemed to open up the possibility of pardoning Paul Manafort, which would likely only increase suspicion of wrongdoing of the president. And at the same time, he has accused both Michael Cohen of making up stories to clinch a deal so he won't go to jail. So this is what Donald Trump had to say on Twitter this morning. Okay, the real Donald said, if anyone is looking for a good lawyer, I would strongly suggest you don't retain the services of Michael Cohen. Now, what I would also say is that the original tweet said, I would suggest hire Brad Bernstein, but then he took it down. And
because you
I wouldn't want that endorsement anyway.
I was just about to say, don't you dare endorse me.
I would not want that endorsement. I know he didn't say that. Okay. Then he followed that up several minutes later. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's actually great drama to watch his Twitter feed. It's okay. I feel very badly for Paul Manafort and his wonderful family. Justice, which is the Justice Department, took a 12-year-old tax case, among other things, applied tremendous pressure on him, and unlike Michael Cohen, he refused to make up stories in order to get deals. Such respect for a brave man. Mm-hmm. Now, there's not a lot of stories that Michael Cohen made up. Okay, there is no question that he paid Stormy Daniels. Right. And I believe, it hasn't come out yet, but the press is reporting that Donald Trump, there is a financial record, there she is. And by the way, Jilly Bean said to me about 9 months ago, she goes, this porn star is going to take down the president.
She
said it. She said the porn star is going to take down the president.
Yep.
So, and there she is in all her glory. Well, she's not in all her glory there, just in cleavage. But
in all her cleavage.
Just in all her cleavage. What was I going to say? But Julie said, 9 months ago.
She's going to take him down.
But the news is reporting.
Yeah.
The news is reporting that there is a record, a financial record of Donald Trump, of money being transferred from Donald Trump to the fake business account
that Michael
Cohen set up to pay Stormy Daniels. Ooh. If that is the case, let's put that back face on. Let's see back that. Yeah. If that is the case, doesn't he look like he's constipated right there?
He sure does.
He looks like he must go to the bath. He looks constipated, and he looks like he's on the toilet in his suit. That's what he looks like right there. But he will be continuously constipated like that.
Yes, he will.
Because then they have Michael Cohen saying this money came from Donald Trump, and then I paid Stormy Daniels to shut her up 2 weeks before the election.
Right.
And then there's going to be a document trail of, this is what's missing for, the nail in the coffin on Trump.
Right.
The document trail from money from Trump into this account that Michael Cohen paid.
Okay.
If that actually exists, Trump is a goner.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Donald Trump, going back to his tweets today.
Yeah.
He said, there was 18 counts A large number of counts, 10, could not even be decided in the Paul Manafort case witch hunt. But they convicted him on 8 different counts, of which that is, he'll go to jail for 30 years on those 8 counts.
Right.
The hell is wrong with you? And then he wrote, Michael Cohen pled guilty to 2 counts of campaign finance violations that are not a crime. Then why did he plead guilty to a crime, Donald?
What?
Okay, so then he said President Obama had a big campaigns violation and it was settled, which is true, but it's different. Obama's 2008 campaign did have to pay a large fine because he did failing to give adequate notice of around 1,300 campaign contributions totaling more than $1.8 million. You have to advise the Federal Election Commission of all your campaign, everyone who donated to the campaign, and they didn't do it on time. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that they were illegal contributions.
Right.
It was a failure to notify in a timely manner. Turns out that there was nothing wrong.
Right.
Okay? So that's why he got a fine. That's why it wasn't a crime.
Absolutely.
Okay. However, Donald Trump, okay, had made a $130,000 donation, either through Cohen, through himself, through somebody else, which was an illegal campaign contribution to shut somebody up about an affair that he had with her, a porn star, 2 weeks before an election. I think the general electorate would like to know whether the man that they're going to be electing basically had a sexual relationship with a porn star for 1 year while his pregnant wife was giving birth to Barron. I think that would be the important thing. That is why what Michael Cohen did is a crime.
Right.
And what President Trump did is not. With that being said, Michael Cohen does not want a pardon.
Really?
He does not want a pardon. Lanny Davis, who is his attorney, says if Trump gave him a pardon, he wouldn't take it.
Wow.
Because he doesn't want the stigma of being pardoned like everybody else that Trump did, because everyone that Trump pardons is a crook.
Right.
And he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that stigma. So he is setting up a GoFundMe campaign to pay his attorneys.
No.
Yes. So he can then continue to pay his attorneys, go to Mueller and tell the truth of what he knows about all the illegal crap that Trump did. All right. I mean, there's illegal crap with his. There's illegal crap with his tax returns because he still hasn't shown it, and we don't know what Trump did with the. Oh, he's still on the toilet, Trump.
He's always just.
He's really having some big problems today.
In various forms. And somehow reporters.
He doesn't even like take his tie off when he goes.
Doesn't even throw it over the shoulder.
Yeah. And so he's looking for $500,000. Okay. So if we get to, by the way, if we get to 10,000 shares today, maybe we'll donate to the Michael Cohen GoFundMe campaign.
I cannot believe, I have just such zero sympathy for Michael Cohen. I cannot believe the kind of person who would donate to a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
You're not a patriot, man. You just got caught.
So this is what, by the way, this is what Lanny Davis told George Stephanopoulos on ABC on Wednesday, which is today.
Today, yeah.
Hump Day.
Yeah, on Hump Day.
Davis told George Stephanopoulos on Wednesday, there will be certainly more tapes, and that Michael Cohen is taped, and that those tapes will show that Donald Trump committed criminal act that corrupted our democracy.
Oh my God.
So.
Meanwhile, Ryu and Rudy on YouTube both said MAGA now stands for My Attorney Got Arrested.
I like that. That's very funny. Right. It's no longer Make America Great Again. It's My Attorney Got Arrested.
We're all Team MAGA now.
We should all wear that hat now. Yes.
We do.
Yeah. All right. And in what is apparently a parallel universe that we live in, the Trump supporters on Wednesday, at his rally.
Yeah.
After Michael Cohen was arrested.
That's right. He had a rally.
After Michael Cohen was convicted.
Yeah.
Okay. Manafort was convicted.
Right.
We've seen Flynn convicted. We've seen Papadopoulos convicted. His supporters are chanting, "Lock her up," that Hillary Clinton should still be locked up.
What?
Yeah.
At the rally last night?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they're yelling, "Drain the swamp." There is nobody more swampy.
He's the swamp.
He is the swamp.
He's the swamp.
He's the swamp.
Oh,
yes,
my
and
God.
as Andrea Murray says, there's more skeletons in the closet. Well, Andrea Murray, the closet is open.
Tamika said, good for good for them. Look how Uncle Donald set them up and then threw them under the bus.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. So where are we at with our sharing?
With our sharing, the last I saw, they were doing not bad, Brad.
Yeah, where are we at?
And right now we are at 121 shares.
Boy, but we only have 26 people watching on YouTube. So they got to get to both. 60 people watching on YouTube.
Yep.
So people on Facebook may have to move over to YouTube.
Just to go. So once you guys are done sharing.
So you gotta subscribe.
Yep.
And then watch, because that's how you get the viewership on YouTube.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So
and just click that little bell beside each of them so that you get notified whenever we go live.
And by the way, we will be getting to your immigration questions in about 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
We will be answering all of your immigration questions, so call right now. There are 12 empty lines. So if you call right now, I will be answering your immigration questions. This is an immigration show. It is an American Dream show.
It is.
It's not a Donald Trump bashing show, although we like to do it. It's not a show to have fun, although we seem to have fun all the time.
An incredible amount of fun.
Right, and it is Hump Day.
Our favorite day of the week.
So I can't even believe that this is actually happening right now.
What's it?
But the Centers for Disease Control are reminding people not to wash and reuse condoms, because people are actually doing that. Men.
I'm sorry.
Men are actually doing that.
Are washing.
If you are dating a man, who is rewashing his condoms, I would suggest that that man should be dumped.
Be single forever.
Should be single forever.
Not by choice.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So and now it says, remember in high school health class, the sex ed class, when the teacher would try to make talking about condoms sound as normal as possible. If there were 3 things that were always stressed, they were always use a condom.
Yeah.
Don't use 2 at a time.
Yeah.
And don't reuse it. Always, those were the 3.
That's
right?
that's
I have that in my head.
Absolutely.
All right. That's why I only have 2 children.
And if you're from an abstinence-only place like me, and the 4th bullet is, and the only way to make sure that you're completely safe is not to have it at all.
Yes. So the most horrifying part of this whole thing is people are actually doing this, Kim.
What?
Yeah. So apparently the guy's taking it off, rinsing it out with water. Maybe they're using soap. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Windex. What are they using? What are they using?
Sanitize?
I don't know. They hang it up somewhere to dry, maybe.
I was about to say,
they lay it next to the bed to dry. I don't know.
How long between the uses?
So many questions.
Like, is it the same night kind of thing?
I think it would dry up already and like be brittle.
No, you try to put a brittle condom on.
Yeah. I remember I had a friend.
Oh yeah, the famous friend.
I had a friend, Rob, in high school. I won't say his last name.
Yeah.
And he was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
And he was walking around with this condom in his wallet, I don't know, for like a year.
Everyone, right?
Yeah, right. You know, like your boy, you're like ready to use it.
At a moment's notice.
At a moment's notice. And I said to him, you know, you've had that condom in your wallet now for a good year.
There's no way.
I think maybe it's time to get a new one. He goes, no. And I go, why don't you open it up? And it was, I'll never forget, it was really, 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 I'm like,
just brittle and gross.
Really bad. Really bad.
Terrible.
Really,
you guys,
bad.
There is a level of being too cheap. I am all about frugality. I am all about penny pinching.
Is not, by the way, this is not fake news. The CDC actually said that. Okay, if you're a man, all right, here's a good PSA tip. If you're a man, here, PSA tip.
Yeah.
Okay, PSA tip. Come to me. There you are. If your man is too cheap to buy a new condom, get rid of him. There it is, right there.
The More You Know by Brad Bernstein.
The More You Know, right.
That's horrendous.
That would be
nasty. That would easily be the worst first date.
And by the way, if he has the used condom, you know you're paying for the dinner too.
Oh,
okay?
Of course.
At
least going Dutch.
All right, no, you're not going Dutch. You know you're paying for dinner.
Oh my God.
All right, because he can't even pay for a new condom. You know you're paying for dinner.
All
right,
wait, Grandma just said they put it on the heater to dry. Wouldn't that melt?
How does Grandma know this? How does Grandma know this?
That's another good question. Yes. Why does Grandma know?
And yes, and why is there a banana on the screen with a Men at Work hat on top?
I gotta tell you, Brad. If we show up to Grandma's house and there are condoms drying on the heater, I am going to be appalled.
Nice. I would be appalled too.
Yeah.
All right, finally, before we get to our immigration questions, and we don't have any immigration questions, so we have one person, Omar, who's on hold for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But last thing I wanted to talk about was the drunk man. This is so gross. We'll have to save it for next hump day. All right. The drunk man, I already started. There was a 24-year-old American man flying from Chicago to Japan this week.
Yeah.
And he was on a trans-Pacific flight, Air Nippon.
Okay.
Of course, they would call it NIP on for Hump Day Wednesday.
For Hump Day, of course, they changed their airline name
They
for
changed it
Hump.
to be Air Japan, right? Air Nip.
But for Bradshaw Live Hump Day specially.
Yeah, it had to be Air Nip, right? So, according to reports on this Air Nip, Nippon, excuse me, the American who was flying was seated, and a 50-year-old drunk Japanese man stood up from 2 rows behind him.
Yeah.
And they've never met before.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if the Japanese man did a stream over 2.
Excuse me?
I mean, he was like doing it from long distance, or he walked down the aisle. I'm not sure. Or he walked down the aisle and then stopped, turned. But somehow this American man got peed on by the Japanese man, who only drank 4 glasses of champagne and 1 sake, which is less than the 6 tequilas that I drank, and I was able to hold it in.
And you peed on no one, Brad.
You
peed on no one.
Right. And apparently he got arrested in Japan. Oh, the American peed on the Japanese man. I had it backwards.
That actually makes more sense.
That makes more sense. Yeah, the ugly American peeing on the Japanese guy makes more sense. Now, apparently, the American, when he got arrested, thought that the Japanese guy was Donald Trump and was going to enjoy it. But that didn't really go too far. That didn't really go too far in his defense, and now he's in jail in Japan.
Again, so many questions. 4 glasses of champagne.
1 sake.
And 1 sake does not a drunk man make.
The story said he was 2 rows behind.
So you think he stood up on his chair?
Stood up and I mean, that's a pretty far, it's a pretty strong stream. It's a very strong stream from two rows behind.
But you don't know where the stream starts.
Right,
it could start halfway.
I mean, I don't understand. Or he just gets up. He says, "Excuse me." He's in the middle row.
Yeah.
Get up. Excuse me. I have to go to the bathroom. And then he gets up and he decides to turn.
Yeah.
And just pull his pants down and start urinating.
That's the thing. Did he pull his pants all the way down? Did he just go straight to the ankles? There are so many unanswered questions.
So what's going on here between Marge and Tamika that's so funny online here? It's a banana, and then Dawn says yes on the heater. Wow. And
Cordella said Tamika
and Marjorie saying that nasty steep skate. So I don't know how Cordella. I don't know what's going on. I can't follow along. But they're enjoying themselves online. But maybe someone can call in and explain what they're talking about because of this Hump Day.
Yeah, give us a call and let us know.
Let us know what you're talking about.
Cordella did say if my husband came home and was moving funny, I will know. I don't play around.
That he what? That he?
I'm assuming
he's drunk or that he used a condom twice. What is it that you know?
Yeah, what do you know?
What do you know?
And what makes him move funny?
Yeah.
We have questions, Cordella. Answer them or call us.
All right. Meanwhile, we got to we got to be done with Hump Day because we got to actually help people. We got to help people reach their American dreams.
Absolutely.
We could have fun, but we also need to help people as well. So this is a time when we get serious, and we will be answering your immigration questions. If you call right now, 1-800-529-5465. Don't forget before you call, we are playing a share game today, and the share game. Excuse me, I'm getting hiccups.
Oh no.
Yeah, how does that happen?
That's weird.
That's weird. And the share game is, if we reach 600 shares.
Yep. 650 shares.
I'm returning it to 600.
Oh, that's very sweet of you,
Okay,
Brad.
we are going to give away 10 gift certificates to Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow.
Yep.
To 10 people who watch today.
Yep.
We will figure out how to do it.
Yep.
But we got to hit 600 shares on Facebook, and we got to get 60 people.
Yep.
60 people to watch YouTube.
And you've got to comment twice.
Right now, only 24 people watching YouTube. Apparently, nobody likes us on YouTube. Apparently.
Lies. Ryu Cage loves us, and he's hilarious.
Okay. So, will we do it, Kim?
Well, Brad.
I would say if Rog J. Roberts would say we would never do it. There is no way in the world.
Then you would say definitely yes.
Then I would say definitely yes. If Rog J. Roberts says I think it's doable, then I say no way in hell.
Listen, Rog J, give us a prediction because
we need a prediction from Rog J.
I'm going to predict yes, they can do it. We're at 141 right now. We're going fast. 650 is reachable, fam.
Well, Marge Higgs says hiccups means I'm growing. Yes, if I was 11, that would is exactly what that would mean. But as a 50-year-old man, I don't think that's what hiccups mean.
I can just imagine every time you get hiccups, you go like,
thank God,
stand up against the wall and be like, just a little taller.
Yes, thank God, yes. Cordella says, Cordella, your little TMI there with Cordella. We do not, Cordella says her and her husband do not use any condoms.
Thank you
this
for
is
that,
Hump
Cordella.
Day, so, and...
I mean, they're married, so, you know what?
Yeah, and she doesn't use any condoms, so if he's playing around with me...
She's gonna know.
She's gonna know. She's gonna know.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. I'll tell you what, everybody is going crazy, whether it's Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. If you win, we'll give you the choice.
Ooh, God, he is so generous today, folks. You better get to that.
And Rob J. Roberts says it's not going to happen, which means
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Everybody, please make Rob J. eat his words right now. 154 shares. We have about 1 hour to reach another 450 shares, plus 60 people on YouTube. We only have 26 people on YouTube watching right now. But if you have any immigration questions, you're going to get your answers right now. Call with your immigration questions, 1-800-529-5465. That's right, the people in the booth, that's the time when you have to put up the card that says, if you have answers, getting answers, call with your immigration questions. Getting answers, call with your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Omar in Camden. Omar.
Hey, good evening, Brad.
How you doing?
So I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Okay, so I want to ask you, right? My wife is trying to get her marriage annulled, and I'm currently having a lawyer who's fighting it, but it seems like it's going to take 6 months from now before the case is finished, right? However, my work permit expires November of this year, which is like 4 months from now. So I know I have to do it. I have to renew it within 90 days, which would be this August, right? I want to know would I face a penalty if I win the case, but I took long to renew my work permit?
All right, let's take a step back. You have an adjustment filed?
No, the adjustment is not. The adjustment is not filed.
What do you have? How do you have a work permit? Based on what?
So I got the work permit through my wife. So I have a 2-year work permit.
No, you have a 2-year work permit or 2-year green card?
2-year green card. Correct.
Okay, now I understand. Okay, so and the reason why you want to file the annulment is that you want to what you should be cross. I hope your attorney is cross moving for a divorce. Your wife is probably right. Okay. So all right. So at the 90-day mark, as long as she cross moved for a divorce, you're going to file to remove the conditions of your permanent residence and go for your 10-year green card based on a pending divorce. You just can't get the annulment because the annulment means the marriage never happened. It was a bogus marriage. It was a void marriage. You get divorced, it's not a problem.
Well, the thing is, we got the annulment already, right? But I have an appeal lawyer appealing it, but I still have like about 6 months.
Well, why you appeal? How did you lose the annulment already? Did you not appear?
Yes, I did not, and it was in default.
Okay, so you got to reopen the case, basically, not appealing.
Right. So now the lawyer reopened it.
Okay, great.
But I know that side looks positive.
Great.
It's just the side where I have to renew my work permit. So my green card.
Okay, so you're using all the wrong words, and because you're using all the wrong words, you are confusing not only yourself, me, and everybody listening. So let me tell you where you're at. You have a 2-year green card. At the end of the 2 years, you have to remove the conditions. Those are the words you want to use. You want to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. You have to file that application 90 days before the expiration of your 2-year green card. How do you remove the conditions of your permanent residence? In your particular case, there's many ways to do it, but in your particular case, what you want to do is you have to be able to prove that you and your wife were in a bona fide marriage, you lived together for a period of time, and the marriage terminated via divorce. Your problem is that your wife did an annulment. What an annulment means is the marriage never happened. By law, it never happened. It was void. It was bogus. It was a bullshit marriage. Okay, and you defaulted on that. And I remember you called a while back. So you were smart now. You hired an attorney. You reopened that. You said, I did not appear. The annulment happened because you didn't go and fight it. Now you're going to fight it.
Right.
You reopened it. So now you are legally married, presumably, based on what you're telling me, you are legally married to your wife. So one, you have to fight the annulment. Your wife has to prove grounds for annulment. Okay, how do you prove grounds for annulment? You never consummated the marriage. You married her for a green card. She has to prove all of this. Now your divorce attorney is going to cross petition in New Jersey for a divorce. That it was a marriage, and now you broke up based on irreconcilable differences. Hopefully you win that. Okay? In the meantime, your green card's going to expire. You're going to file an I-751 with a waiver. You're going to check the waiver box saying, I'm requesting a waiver based on a bona fide marriage that's being terminated via divorce. And then you're going to submit proof that the marriage is being terminated by divorce, and you're going to submit proof that it was a real marriage. When you file that, they're going to send you back a letter extending your green card for 1 year. What you get that, they will probably extend it another year because it's almost taking 2 years to finish these cases. Hopefully, within 2 years from that day, you are divorced. Not annulled, but divorced. And if you are divorced by that time, you show up to the interview, you show your divorce, you show proof it was a real marriage, and you get your permanent green card.
Okay.
Got it?
So let me get this part clear. So pretty much I just need to get an immigration lawyer now, since I already have one for the annulment, which my lawyer is working on. So I just need to get an immigration lawyer to start.
Correct. And I'm sure people on Facebook and YouTube will say, hey, Omar, you're talking to a good immigration lawyer. So hold on one second. All right, let's go to, by the way, we have a whole bunch of open lines. So if you call now, we will definitely get your immigration questions answered. And Omar hung up. He doesn't want me as his immigration lawyer.
But why? If you have an immigration attorney and you call another immigration attorney for advice?
No, he has a divorce attorney in New Jersey. Okay.
I see now.
So, right now, according to Groundhog Sam, it's 176 shares. Let's show Rog J. Roberts. He is wrong.
He is wrong.
We don't know.
Yvonne Steele said, we did it for the shirts and we can do it today.
Right, you can do it for the coffee. Do it for coffee and donuts. All right, and we have a whole bunch of empty lines right now, so if you do call, we will get your immigration questions answered. 1-800-529-5465. I promise you, I'll put you on the show right now. We only have James from San Antonio. That's it. Let's go to James in San Antonio, Texas. James.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you?
Good. So my question is, I'm married to a U.S. citizen since a year and a half.
You're married to who? An Indonesian, you said?
No, U.S. citizen.
A U.S. citizen. American. Okay, an American.
Right. So we filed a green card and we attended the interview 2 months back, and we're still waiting for the result. But recently, my wife, she's been very violent. She broke my finger and...
She broke your finger? What happened?
Yes.
What happened? Because you usually see the violence happening, stereotypically, it's man being violent to woman. Here, it happens. So, I want you to, if you don't mind telling your story, because these stories happen where sometimes the woman is violent to the man. And even though the law is called Violence Against Women Act, a man can take advantage of this. Mm-hmm. How did your wife break your finger? What happened?
Yeah, so I came from work one day and she was drinking and she wanted to me.
Is she an alcoholic?
Wanted me to clean the house and dishes, and I said I'll do it. Give me some time, and she just grabbed my hand and she break the little finger.
Did you call the police?
No, I did not.
Did you go to the hospital or a doctor?
No.
So how do you know your finger's broken?
No, it's broken.
How do you know? Maybe it's sprained. You're not a doctor. You can't tell. You need to go to a doctor. When did this happen?
Okay. Yeah, it's been month, and recently one more thing happened. Like
let me tell you why you need to go to a doctor for 2 reasons. Okay. Number 1 reason is you need medical assistance, because if your hand's broken and it's not maybe placed back in the right thing, you may not be able to use your finger as properly as you can. And number 2, when you go to a doctor and the doctor says, "Hey, how did this happen?" You say, "Well, I came home, my wife was drinking, she's a crazy woman, she grabbed my finger, pulled it back, and broke it." And guess what? Now you have a medical report saying this stuff happened from a professional. Other than that, what proof do you have that this happened other than you're saying it?
Yeah, and another thing happened, like...
he doesn't understand what I'm saying. But what's the difference? Another thing that happened. Did you call the police? Did you go to a doctor? Did anybody see this?
No.
It's your word versus nobody's, which is not bad, but don't you want to get up? You can tell me all the stories in the world. Go to a doctor.
I will go to the doctor.
You can't say my wife broke my finger, but I never went to a doctor. What kind of BS story is that? And you're not a doctor to determine whether your wife broke your finger or not. You got to go.
Okay.
You understand? What's the other story now?
Yeah, so this weekend I stayed somewhere else because she was acting crazy. So she applied like 6 credit cards on my name, and I got alert.
What do you
on
mean
my
she's acting crazy?
Like over the weekend she drink more and she like do silly stuff like.
What is silly stuff?
She hurt me and like.
Well, how did she hurt you?
Like push me or
I don't know.
Shouting on me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so she applies several credit cards on my name.
Yeah.
So
James,
I already
James, you're not going to win your case here, okay? And so far, you got to be a little more specific, okay? I can tell you right now that if you filed an application as someone who is being abused by their spouse, and the best you can say is, "I think she broke my finger, I have no idea, and she just acts crazy," it's not a case. You gotta give specifics, details. When you say acting crazy, tell me the specific things that she did that was extreme and unusual emotional abuse or physical abuse, and you need to demonstrate it. Do you have a picture of your broken finger? Do you have a picture of bruises?
Yes,
you do.
I have a picture of broken finger.
Where are you from, James? James, where are you from?
India.
You're from India. Hold on one second. You need a lot of help. But if these things are happening, we can certainly assist you, okay? But you need to be able to demonstrate all of this. Hold on one second, okay?
Sure.
All right, but we'll help you. All right, let's go to, I don't mean to be tough on the guy. He's going through a lot.
It was tough love.
Yeah, but come on, James.
Yeah.
All right, how do you know she broke his finger?
And what you said is absolutely right. He could have long-lasting damage that he doesn't even know about, and he needs documentation.
Yeah.
I think it was tough love, Brad. You were right.
Yes. James is shy, Carol says.
He might be.
He needs help.
He needs help, and we're going to help
let's go to Rona in Rockville, Maryland.
Hello?
How are you, Rona?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I have a question. My friend had 2 kids that came up from Jamaica in less than a week.
Right.
And so he wanted to put them on Medicaid, and he was worried that they might not be able to get their citizenship when it's time. Will that affect them?
Well, right now, no. But if they go on Medicaid, the government can turn around and sue him because he had to give an affidavit of support for his kids. And so if they come up, whoever filed for his kids, let's say it's the father?
Yes.
Okay, father files for the kids come up. Right before the father filed for kids, father had to give an affidavit of support, said, "I can support these kids 125% above the poverty level without them taking government assistance." The kids show up, and what does the father do? He turns around and puts them on government assistance. It's exactly why people don't want immigrants in America. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
So, so now the government's going to say, "Wait a second, pal. You just said you would support your kids, and now you come up here and you're asking the taxpayers to support them." All right, this is what makes it. By the way, this story is what makes it bad for everybody. Okay.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying?
What he's saying is that
Do you hear what I'm saying?
They're 30. What did you say?
I said, do you hear what I'm saying? When you
I can hear you.
right, when you hear a story, okay, that here we are fighting for immigrants, and we're saying they're helping people and they're good people and everything, and you have an American citizen file for your kids come up and you say the moment they show up they put you on Medicaid. Okay, that's why Americans, I say, are up in arms about immigration.
I understand.
Right.
I told him, he told me about it last night. I told him I was going to call you and ask you.
No, the answer is don't do it. Number one. Number two, he's very possible he may be on the hook for whatever the government pays in Medicaid. And number three, now that doesn't mean kids shouldn't get medical insurance. Go get medical insurance. Go buy it on the exchanges. Go get a job that gives medical insurance.
He say he have medical insurance, but they're too old to be on his insurance now.
Right. So the kids need to go get jobs that provide medical insurance. They have green cards, or they can go on the Obama exchanges. Those exchanges still exist, and go buy medical insurance that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another question.
Yeah.
I called you before to ask you about my niece. She applied for the citizenship. She didn't hear anything.
Right.
So we were about to travel, and she went to go get a stamp in her passport. They told her that they sent her a letter to go do the citizenship. So they sent her back to go do the fingerprint and come back for the stamp. So she did the fingerprint, went back and got the stamp.
Right.
So did she have to call them again to make sure they have the right address so she would know when it's time for interview?
Well, why wouldn't they have the right address?
Because she didn't get the one that they sent to her to go do the fingerprint. I was wondering what happened to it.
Oh, I don't know. Well, hopefully, maybe she doesn't have a mail problem. She may want to just do an AR-11 and change her address to a P.O. box and get a P.O. box at the local post office, just in case.
Can you repeat the P.O. box for me again?
Okay, repeat the P.O. box. She can do a change of address. You can do it online and say, please mail everything. Go buy a P.O. box at the local office, post office. It's like $20 at the UPS store, and say, please send my mail to the postal box office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye bye.
All right. I don't know if I helped this woman or not.
Well, I mean, when you don't know what.
I hope I did.
Right. I think you did. I think you did. Gave her all the help.
Is there a place called Dallas, Georgia?
Come here. Didn't I show your flip on your screen? Hello?
Hello, Tamika.
Hi.
Hi, Tamika. How are you?
I'm okay. I was asking a quick question about an affidavit of support.
Go ahead.
I filed for my husband. All the documents that NVC needed, we've already sent them. They've already sent me an email to say I've completed the process and we're just waiting on an interview. However, that email was sent to me earlier this year, and at the time that we had submitted all the documents that were to be submitted, it was the tax papers and pay stubs and stuff. At that time, my last tax year was 2016. So, the last 3 years would be 2016, 15, and 14.
Well, you got to update it with 2017 now.
So I've already sent them all the documents,
right,
and we're not to send them any more documents,
correct,
and to just send whatever else is needed with my husband, but to the interview. So
correct,
now that we've filed another tax in 2017, should I just give him
those to take with him? Don't do anything to the National Visa Center. He brings updated tax returns, updated job letters to the interview.
Okay, so I also need the pay stubs as well, not just the tax return.
Update all the financial documents for the interview. He doesn't have to show it unless it's asked, and then he has it ready right there.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Linda in Orlando, Florida. Linda.
Hi, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I just have a question. Is my sister will apply for asylum, but they send her work paper, but she did went to an interview, but they tell her case is really weak.
Yes.
So we tried to look for.
She's going to be denied. If they already went for the asylum interview, she's going to be denied. If they said your case is weak, she's going to be referred to an immigration judge for removal and deportation. she has a second bite of the apple before the immigration judge. But you know, if she has a weak case, she better go find a good lawyer very fast to see if that lawyer can either help substantiate her claim or find another way for her to get a green card. Otherwise, she's going to get deported.
So do you know any lawyer? Because she didn't really get one, and the lawyer done eat. Yeah. The lawyer done eat about like $2,000 to not do
let me ask Belgium Kim if she knows any lawyers. Do you know any lawyers, Belgium Kim?
Any good immigration?
I know you as a lawyer.
Exactly.
I'm watching you like a couple of times.
Exactly. What kind of silly question is that?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Hold on one second. All right. Let's go to BG in Sugarland, Texas. BG.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on?
My question is, I want to file petition I-130 for my father in India.
Are you a citizen?
But the problem is, yeah, I am a U.S. citizen.
Great.
But the problem is I don't have his marriage certificate. But I have other documents, like my birth certificate, his name is on there. My school living certificates from India, his name is on there.
He was married to your mom?
Yeah, he's married to my mom.
Why don't you have the marriage certificate?
Because in India, his marriage was performed like in 1978, and they don't have the document from the government.
So if you don't have the marriage certificate, not only do you have, was your name put on the birth certificate at the time of your birth, or was it put on years later?
No, in India they put it later. Like initially, when the child is born, they just write the facts of the child, male or female.
So the government, USCIS is going to say you were born out of wedlock. If you were born out of wedlock, even though your parents may have been married, you have to prove two things. One, that you are the biological father, which will be easy. You take a blood test. You prick your finger here in America. He pricks his finger in India. They send the blood to a lab in Washington, D.C., and they decide whether or not you are father and son. That's a simple process. The second process would be you have to prove that you were in his life from birth to 18. So yes, what you were talking about, you said school records, pictures of you and him together, affidavits from people saying he was a good father and was in your life, things of that nature. So you have two things to prove. One, you're the biological father, but two, you had a parent-child relationship between birth and 18. That's a hard thing to do for non-lawyers. I'm just telling you. Okay, you could try, but I would say you would need a good lawyer 99% of the time.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
But hold on if you need help, okay? But you understand, you have those two things to prove, okay? Now, one other thing. Don't go take the blood test ahead of time. File, and if you're going to do it on your own, at least sign an affidavit saying, I'm willing to take a blood test along with my father. Then they'll set it up for you. Immigration will set it up for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on if you need help. Let's go to Sharonda in the Bronx. Sharonda.
Yes, hello.
How are you, Sharonda?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I would like to know if my baby father is on child support, will he be able to help me to get my papers?
What do you mean by he's on, and I hear the babies in the background. What do you mean by he's on child support? Meaning, is he up
like
to...
he owed them.
How much does he owe?
I think he have like around $17,000.
$17,000 he owes in child support?
Yes.
Is he on a payment plan to pay it back, or it just keeps adding up?
Excuse me?
Is he on a payment plan to pay it back, or it's just adding up?
He's supposed to have a payment plan to pay it off.
But?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But I would say this, the government most likely would say he doesn't support his own U.S. citizen children. How the hell is he going to support you? So it could be a huge problem. Okay, we would need to meet him and you, and let's get to the bottom of facts here.
All right.
All right? Hold
All
on.
right.
All right. He doesn't support his children. How is he going to support another person? That's what the government's going to say.
And that's a lot of child support.
That's a lot of child support to owe.
Right.
Rodney in Palm Beach, Florida.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
my question is, I have done the biometrics about from April.
Right.
I'm wondering, how long should it have taken for me to get the temporary green card?
Green card?
Or temporary
work permit?
I mean,
it should be about, assuming you did everything properly, it should be about 5 months from the time you file to the time you get your work permit.
Okay.
Okay?
And next question. After we have filed all the documents, they have sent back that they need some more information. So that my wife should have filed I-130A.
All right. So now you got a problem, Rodney, because you didn't submit the full application. Have you filed the I-130A yet?
Yes, sir.
When did you do that?
As soon as we got it.
So when was that?
I think it was. When was it? When did we send the I-1?
Yeah, tell.
I think it's maybe about 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay. So from whenever you submitted it back, count 5 months from that time, because you effed up.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you set yourself back.
Okay.
All right. And since it's Hump Day Wednesday, I'm cursing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was worried. I'm thinking that maybe.
That's what effed it up.
Yeah.
All right. So count 5 months from whenever immigration received a completed application, which is the I-130A.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Belgium, Kim, come September, immigration's not going to give those letters anymore saying you're missing documents. They're just going to deny you and put you in deportation.
And we get those questions all day long.
Right.
RFE, RFE, RFE.
Until people wise up, we're going to be representing a lot of people in deportation.
Right.
I see it already happening.
Don't do it.
All right, last call before we get to social media check-in. Okay. Simone in Miramar, Florida. Simone.
Hello.
Simone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
What's going on?
My question is, I was married to a U.S. citizen 2 years now, and I was in a very abusive relationship, and I told my husband that I was going to leave him, and he called the cops on me and told them that I hit him, and I did not hit him, and he also told them that I didn't have any papers, so they locked me up and bring me to jail and ICE come and get me, and then I'm in a removal procedure
now
next year.
How long have you been here in the United States? How long have you been in the United States?
I've been here from 2016, October 2016.
All right, so you're married to a man and he lied on you and had you arrested. I assume there was you're going to say that he was emotionally abusive to you, which is what you would have to prove. And you're going to file as I assume, unless I'm wrong, that somebody who lies on you and has you locked up would be somewhat emotionally abusive to you, no? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. All right. So, we're going to have to prove all of that. We're not going to be able to prove it here on the show, but we're going to have to prove it all. So hold on 1 second. You're going to need some help, all right? So hold on 1 second, all right? All right. With that, Kim. We have to do something that we like to call here.
Yeah.
Looking at the wrong stuff.
Okay. I was very intrigued.
That we like to call here, share the hell out of the show.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have how many shares right now?
We have a total. So on YouTube, we have 41 people watching.
We're 20 short.
We're 20 short.
I saw we got up to 45 at one point.
Exactly.
Right, so we were 15 people short watching. We need 15 more people watching on YouTube.
And we have 192 shares, so it does seem
that Rod J. Roberts may be right for the first time. Maybe. We may have to give him his props.
Maybe he gets the $10 gift card.
He would get a $10. You know what? If Rod J. Roberts correctly prognosticates that our Brad Squad can't even share 650 times, he will get the $10 gift certificate.
Rock J and Rock J alone.
Only nobody else. So squad, It's either the squad or Rogjay.
Do not make us reward the pessimist, you guys.
Yes.
Prove him wrong.
I'll reward him. If he's right, he's right.
I know.
If he's right, he's
You're
right.
You're a man of your word, Brad.
That's right.
You're a man of your word.
Right, and we have to get 60 people watching on YouTube.
Y'all.
Y'all, don't make me, Rogjay may be having coffee on the squad.
Maybe he's going to send us a picture drinking the Dunkin' Donuts
All right,
out
so
of his
why don't
mug.
you tell everybody how to share quickly. Go right on, Kim, and tell, how do you share?
We're gonna hit that little arrow at the bottom or top of your video. It's gonna say share. You're gonna hit it and you're gonna share it to your own timeline, your friend's timeline, to groups that you're a member of, and whenever you see them pop into the comments, you are going to tell them, hey, share this, so that we might qualify for a $10 Dunkin' Donuts.
And by the way, if we don't hit 600 shares, we're going to take a picture of Rogjay with his Dunkin' Donuts gift card, drinking his Dunkin' Donuts and his black, what's that black? The chocolate donut with the white frosting on it. That's
black
my favorite.
Is that the black and white?
I don't know. It's like a
cupcake?
black and white donut or something. I don't know what you call it.
That sounds delicious.
Right, the chocolate donut with the white frosting. That's
my
favorite.
it's a chocolate glazed donut.
Duh! Thank you very much.
A chocolate glazed donut. I was trying to come up with some fancy name.
I don't know what. Right. I haven't been to Dunkin' Donuts in a while, but I remember that was my favorite.
Chocolate glazed donut.
Or unless he wants to go to Starbucks.
Unless Rogjay will get to tell us.
Yes.
He said being pessimistic ain't that bad.
That's right.
He's going to feel that way.
Right. He may win. Somebody's winning today.
Somebody's going to win.
Somebody is winning today. Dawn Harriet's crying right now. Well, Dawn, you know what to do.
Don't cry. Just share.
All right. Let's go to social media check-in.
Yes. Our first question is from Brandon on YouTube, and he said, I'm 30 years old and I'm living in Jamaica. My dad is an American citizen and he started filing for me in 2015. How much longer do we have?
4 more years.
Anisha wants to know, how long for siblings from the Caribbean?
Siblings from the Caribbean?
Siblings
At least 12, 14 years.
Oof. Elizabeth on YouTube said, hey, Mr. Brad, I've got a friend that was convicted of violating a TRO.
What is that? Temporary restraining order.
There it is.
I know what it was. I was just checking on you.
I do not know.
I lost my YouTube. I'm watching YouTube, so one of them is me.
Yes, that's true. And you're not even gonna count that against them.
I don't even count that, right?
That's really, again, this is benevolent Brad.
Right.
We've got a question from Elizabeth Brown, so her friend was convicted of violating a TRO, and he wants to now file for his spouse on a green card. Is that TRO going to stop him?
As long as it's not the spouse, that's the problem.
That had gotcha.
That had the restraining order against him.
Deliciously Sweet on Instagram said, can sisters file for sisters?
Yes, if you're a U.S. citizen and your sweetheart, yes.
And I believe that's all we've got on Instagram.
Okay.
Carrie Ann Wallace wants to know, my friend's priority date is May 24th of 2012. When is she expected to get here? She's in Jamaica and her dad filed for her. She is unmarried and over 21.
About another year.
Ooh, we're getting close. Monica said, I was wondering, I'm a green card holder. My daughter is here and overstayed on her B1, B2 visa. She's 19 years old. Can I file for her?
Is she a citizen or a resident, Monica?
She's a green card holder.
Yes, you can, but hopefully you're a citizen before 21. Otherwise, she's going to be waiting a long time.
Cher Topaz said, a friend of mine just submitted his I-751. Can he file for his 22-year-old daughter back in Jamaica?
Yes. Yes, you're a resident.
Also, on his original filing, he had added his daughter, at which time she was 19, and she was denied because the daughter is not his wife's biological child. So she already has an alien number, which you said follows you for life. Will that help her case, the fact that she's already been applied for, or should the number be put on file when he's ready to file for her?
It doesn't help her at all, but certainly when you file for her, one of the questions on the I-130 is, what's the alien registration number? Write it down.
Shay K said, a student came to the United States on an F1 visa, completed and graduated from college in May of 2018. Congrats. However, Said student did not apply for work authorization because his advisor didn't tell him about it. Could the student go ahead and apply now?
Are they still on student status?
Well, they graduated
When?
in May of this year.
Yes, you can go back to your student advisor and get optional practical training. You still have time.
Dornette said, after my husband got his citizenship, could I go ahead and do my adjustment of status?
If you made a legal entry, yes, of course. Go do it immediately.
Should she wait until husband gets his citizenship?
The husband's not a citizen yet.
Not yet. He's about to get it.
Okay, as soon as he gets his naturalization, you put it in the next day.
Reginald said, hey, Brad, on my citizenship interview, do I have to remember all the trips out of the U.S. since I got my green card or just the last trip?
You got to remember every last one. So how do you remember them? You go to your passport. Look at the stamps on your passport.
There you go. Judine on YouTube said, hey, Brad, I married a U.S. citizen and I applied for my green card, but I've got a DUI misdemeanor. What are my chances of actually getting my case approved?
When was this DUI?
We're not sure.
If it was more than 5 years ago, it's not a problem at all. If it happened within the last 5 years, you're not deportable with a DUI, but certainly it goes against your good moral character. So maybe yes, maybe no.
Isha Bunisha Kelly is back.
I haven't heard her name in a long time.
Exactly. Well,
what happened to her?
Well, we don't know, but she does have an
immigration. She took a trek to Antarctica, maybe, or something. Maybe wherever there's no internet connection. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm trying to think, where would you not have internet connection?
Like, where do you go off the grid?
Off the grid.
Antarctica.
That
right. Is pretty off the grid,
right,
Brad. Isha Bunisha said, my husband is filing for his citizenship, but he was on Medicaid/Husky. Do you think it will affect him as in make his case denied? I don't know, Brad. I'm not sure what Husky is. I know what you're thinking.
What I know about Husky.
Oh, this is going to be good.
When I was a little kid, I swear this is a true story. Okay, this is a true story.
So ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still traumatized by this.
This is like Brad Trauma Day.
Yes. So when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Okay, and you didn't grow up in a Jewish household.
I did not.
Okay, maybe Julie Bean would understand this.
Yeah.
All right. When you reach 13.
Yeah.
You got to your parents got to go buy you a suit.
Yeah.
Because you have your bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Plus all your friends' bar mitzvahs, and you got to wear a suit.
Right.
And even the non-Jewish kids who go to a school where there's Jewish kids, they're all going to buy suits too.
Right.
So my mother takes me to the store in Long Island to buy the suit where all the kids go to buy the suits.
Right.
I'm a little portly kid, and I'm trying on all the suits, and none of them fit me. So the guy goes, "You must be a Husky." The Huskies there, the suits for the Huskies are in the basement. They sent me past the garbage bin in the basement. There's 2 suits to choose from. I'm in the basement with all the, all the girls are walking in for their dresses, and I'm the fat kid in the basement in the Husky section, and the guy's screaming, "Hey, you got any more Husky suits for the Bernstein kid?" I was never more traumatized in my entire life. Every time I hear the word Husky. So I don't know if your husband's in the Husky section, he could certainly fall for you.
But look, he found someone who appreciates his huskiness.
Yes, I guess. But they use the term husky to instead of saying, "Hey, you go to the fat kid section in the basement behind the garbage bins."
I cannot believe.
But that's what they called it. It was like the fat kid section. They would send all the kids to the fat kid section.
That's so mean.
And they called it Husky.
That's so mean.
You go to the fat kid section in the basement behind
that's when you call it a big and tall. 13-year-old boys having to go to the big and tall.
No, they called it the Husky. You go to the fat kid section in the back.
No, that shopkeeper had no tax.
That's why that place is out of business
now.
No
kidding.
Yeah. I'm still traumatized by that because I remember the guy yelling, you go to Bernstein, you go to the Husky section, all the pretty girls are walking in, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy. I'm like, shut up with the Husky. Yeah, Bernstein's in the Husky section.
It's like when you're buying feminine products and the store clerk has to ask in the microphone, for a price check on something super embarrassing.
Yes, right.
Same type of thing.
Exactly.
Put you on blast.
Can we get a price check for the what was it when you get the infection or whatever?
The
Vagisil.
Do you know? We both thought the same thing.
Yes.
Because of
price check for Vagisil for Belgium kid, please. All right. So what is this man's question now?
hubby is filing for citizenship, but he got Medicaid. Do you think it's going to affect him if his case is denied?
No.
Reginald Amata says, is Obamacare considered public assistance?
Yes, Yvonne Steele, husky, short, and fat. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you so much for the clarification.
Thank you for the clarification. If nobody's got that, Yvonne Steele, I appreciate that. Boy, they're really rough crowd here. Very rough crowd here.
Dawn said something, it's iconic, and I agree with her. Brad, I love your childhood stories.
Thank you
and
very
in fact,
much.
they are always iconic.
Yes.
They are never not. Oh, man. I don't even know where I'm reading.
Marching said husky. That's what they called back all the. That's what they called them in Long Island 30 years ago. Also,
it's still what they call them now. I think. Dawnette said, when the adjustment of status application is filed, can the medical be mailed with the application, or is it best to wait until they request it?
You can file it with the application, but since the applications are taking over a year, you're better off bringing the medical to the interview.
Joy said, hey, Brad, I was unfortunately in an abusive relationship by an American citizen. I have a baby by him. If I have proof of it, could that help me put in my papers?
Well, having a baby with him proves it was a real marriage. You still got to prove abuse. So if you can prove the abuse, yeah, you're going to get a green card.
And that is all. Oh, I'm sorry. And Dominic Carter said, do you guys deal with clients in the U.S. other than New York and New Jersey?
All 50 states. All 142 countries.
Hey.
Is there 142 countries?
I think there's 207 countries.
Okay, 207 countries. All 207 of them.
The only reason I know that is I had a friend who used to be able to name them. It was her bar trick. She would literally, like 5 shots in, she would go, can you guys name all the countries?
Yeah. I have a different bar trick.
What is your bar?
I can name every immigration form.
That is a great bar
I'm going to tell you something. Nobody's impressed.
They're
like, what's wrong with this guy?
Could you imagine being in a bar
forms.
and everybody's like, you guys, stop. Brad's going to do his trick.
Name all the immigration forms. Boy, he's the life of the party, this guy.
And then afterwards, if you're lucky, he's going to play Name That Visa.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God, you're a hoot and a half.
Right in the house. All right, so in one of our installments that we just call, that just don't make no sense.
It does not.
Our Miami field correspondent. Oh, before we do that, where are we at with Sharon?
It's a good question. We've got 37 watching on YouTube, so that is not at 60 yet. And we have 205 shares.
Rog J. Roberts is getting...
Looks like he's going to be getting a piping hot cup of coffee.
He's getting a piping hot cup of coffee and the marble-dusted, black and white donut.
Marble dusted.
Marble, isn't it like the marble? I now remember the black and white was, they called it the marble.
Oh, that was like one of their special donuts. That's not even a thing they do all the time.
That was my favorite.
Do you know that Dunkin' Donuts is cutting back on donuts?
I did not know that.
That's a thing. Like they're restructuring to be more drink heavy.
They're no longer a donut shop.
Right. But then exactly, that was, and I think they're just changing their name to Dunkin'. I think that's a thing. It's like an IHOB situation. There you go. Breaking news of the day, folks.
In another installment of That Just Don't Make No Sense, Dunkin' Donuts will be changing their name to Dunkin', and IHOP is now IHOP. Our Miami field correspondent, Anna Ascona, discusses the unprecedented push by the Trump administration to revoke citizenship from people who committed criminal offenses before they became citizens. Anna specifically focuses on the case of Norma Borgano. She's a 63-year-old secretary who immigrated from Peru in 1989, has lived in Miami for 28 years, volunteers weekly at a church, raised 2 children on a $500 a week salary. She is now a grandmother and suffers from a rare kidney disorder. And Donald Trump wants to take her citizenship away. Let's watch.
Hey friends from the Brad Show Live, I'm Anna Ascona. Alright, so most immigrants become citizens so 1, they can have the right to vote, and 2, so they can feel more safe in this country, especially with everything that's happening. But now, citizenships are being revoked. I didn't even know this was possible. I totally understand for a citizenship to be revoked for like a major crime like a rape or a murder, but for something that you're not really responsible for or guilty of, that just doesn't make any sense. The case of Norma Borgano is just something that's totally off and I'm really confused about, and I hope there can be a solution found for this case. Norma Borgono migrated from Peru in 1989, and ever since then, she's been a hardworking woman just trying to raise her family. But let me give you guys a little bit of the backstory. Norma worked for an export company where her boss pocketed money, which led to a $24 million fraud scheme. And let's mention, Norma had nothing to do with this. She didn't keep any of this money. She was just a simple employee. But because she worked for the company, she was still somewhat held responsible for this. And, you know, she had to pay some dues. She was on house arrest, and she had some fines that she had to pay. But 2 years later, after she thought this whole case was cleared, she received a letter from the government saying that her citizenship was going to be revoked because she became a citizen after the fraud scheme started. I don't think it's fair for her because she was not responsible and she did everything she had to do to clear up this mess. And let's mention, when the FBI caught on to this, she did everything to help them to be able to make a case from this and get her boss behind the bars. So why should she have to deal with her citizenship being revoked? Do you guys think this is fair for her? I think it's unfair that the FBI pretty much used her to create a case. Now the government wants to take her citizenship away and possibly until you calculate. This just doesn't make any sense, but leave your comments below and let me know. Do you think it's fair for someone to have to pay for something they were not guilty of and then get their citizenship revoked?
Peace. So that's how she ended. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace out.
I like
You
it.
do it this way or this way?
I do it this way.
So let me tell you what's going on with that denaturalization with Anna Borgono. So what the law says is you have to be a person of good moral character for 5 years, no aggravated felonies. We don't know what she ended up pleading. I don't know what she pleaded guilty to. Maybe it's a crime of moral turpitude. Maybe it's an aggravated felony. We don't know. If it's an aggravated felony, she would have been barred for life from becoming a citizen. If it's a crime of moral turpitude, then now she has an issue of whether or not she had good moral character for those 5 years, because she did plead guilty to something.
Gotcha.
Having one conviction for a crime of moral turpitude doesn't necessarily mean that you're a person of bad moral character. The issue is apparently that this offense was ongoing, and maybe she was arrested or not, we don't know, during her citizenship, but she was aware of this scheme, this criminal scheme, while she was doing her citizenship. And one of the questions is, are you involved in a criminal scheme on the citizenship application? So I presume the government is saying she lied on her citizenship application, which is why they want to denaturalize her. I think the issue really becomes is that they have to be judicious and use their prosecutorial discretion sometimes. Here's a woman who's lived 28 years in the United States. She's entered in 1989. She volunteers at a church weekly. She makes only $500 a week. She raised 2 U.S. citizen children. She's suffering from a rare kidney disorder that if she were deported back to Peru, there would be no medical treatment for her. This is a situation where maybe she did lie or didn't lie. I don't know. I don't know all the facts. But certainly there's enough there that we have to say that the government should be using their resources to try to maybe go after other people rather than this woman, especially since she cooperated with the government and didn't actually, according to Anna Ascona, gain any remuneration, any money from the scheme.
I feel like this definitely sounds like a pick on someone your own size kind of fight.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to Ramon in Tampa, Florida. Ramon.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
What's going on?
I have a case pending right now. It's going on. The case is I-751, petition to remove condition of residence.
Right.
They have given me a notice saying that they extended me from 12 months to 18 months.
Right.
So should I do anything right now?
Nope.
Or just wait for the green card to arrive?
Well, you may be waiting for an interview, but you got to wait either for the green card to arrive or wait for an interview.
Okay, wait for an interview. So I should not do anything. I was thinking to apply citizenship or...
Well, you can, but you better be in a bona fide marriage. I would personally, unless there's some anxiety-ridden reason why you need to be a citizen like yesterday, just wait out the removal of the conditions and then file the citizenship.
Yeah, I've been married like almost 4 years now.
Right, okay, so it shouldn't be a problem. If you did everything right, you'll hear in 18 months, and then you'll turn around and do your citizenship.
Okay, so I'll apply after. I will wait for that.
Yeah.
And one more thing, my brother is here. He's in his student visa. So he will be any of my help if I become a citizen?
Where are you from?
I'm from Bangladesh.
He's going to wait 15 years. I hope he finds a faster way than you filing for him.
So he have to wait 15 years?
Yeah, for a brother to brother, yeah. So I said, I hope there's a faster way. What he should do is, if he's on a student visa right now, let him make a consultation with us and let's figure out other options for him.
Yeah, I was thinking any other options. Then if you know, then I can.
I know a lot of options, but we would have to have a consultation. I don't know for him specifically.
Oh, that's great. That'll be less than 15 years.
Yes. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was me. I disconnected him and I told him to hold on. So hopefully he calls back.
Oh no.
Mackenzie in the Bronx.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good.
I'm good. So I was just calling because my sister just got married. I gave her husband, her U.S. citizen husband, you guys' number, and I think you guys are dealing with the case.
Great.
But she wanted to know, we all wanted to know. So she has 2 kids. One is 16 and her son is 18. She wanted to know, because I listen to your show and I learn a lot, and she asks me questions, and I don't.
You say, well, Brad says. Sure. So when did they get married? It all depends when they got married. I think your question is can the husband?
They just got married. They just got married on Monday, but he consulted with you before. I mean, last month, and you told him to go get married, and so you got it. Everything is, he paid the money and everything already.
Right. So the answer is the marriage had to happen before the kid turned 18.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it was 21.
No.
Because I was telling him I think he could be on there before he makes.
He's a citizen or a resident?
Who?
The husband.
The husband is a citizen.
Yeah. No, the marriage had to happen before. So the 16-year-old is not going to be a problem. The 18-year-old, unfortunately, we've got to figure out another way.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Oh, all right.
All right, that's
so
basically
I just got to tell it. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Roy in Brooklyn. Roy.
Hey, Brad, what's up?
What's happening?
Not much. I just want to ask you 2 questions.
Sure.
The first question is, I am married. I'm in my process of divorcing. Right, but what I want to know, when I get my divorce, my girlfriend in Jamaica gonna come up next year for a month. When my divorce final, can I marry to her when she come up?
As long as you marry her more than 90 days after she enters and you're a citizen, yes.
90 days, but she's coming up for a month.
No, because if you marry her, she's got to wait 90 days for a marriage, or you don't marry her. Go down to Jamaica and marry her.
Okay.
All right? Because other than that, they're going to get you for fraud.
Okay, so it's better go back, go and come marry then.
Right, unless she wants to stay. Let her stay for 90 days and get married. But she has to have the intention of just visiting.
No, I don't want to mess up because she have a 10-year.
All right, well, you know what you do, Roy? Make an appointment to come see.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's go to Delford in Long Island. Delford.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing? Good afternoon.
What's up?
Yes, sir. 2 questions. I have my daughter just came in from Jamaica that I filed for her. I'm a citizen.
Right.
She's a permanent resident now, but she don't get her social or anything yet. My question is that she's a little bit on the, medical side where she's act up a lot sometimes. And I'm thinking of getting Medicaid or something for her because she can't go for my insurance because she's 28.
Why can't she just go to the Obama exchange there's all sorts of different, on the Obama, there's all sorts of different low-income medical coverage you can get. For
my question, Brad, I was wondering if I do it because the new law that they're saying that she might jeopardize her.
It's not a new law. It's not a new law. It hasn't happened yet. The regulation hasn't even come out yet.
Okay.
So go do what you need to do, but don't do Medicaid. Just go on the Obama exchange and get a low-cost medical insurance.
And it won't affect she or me or anything because
at the moment, no.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Mary in Long Island. Mary.
Hi, Brad. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I have two questions for you. The first question is about a divorce case. I filed for divorce back in January, and I know probably sometime last month it was assigned a judge. It is an uncontested divorce in Queens. Do you have any idea how long again it will take?
When did you file the note of issue?
In January.
In January.
Yeah. He was served in November.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
January.
long the divorces are taking in Queens, but my guess is it's about 9 months or so from the note of issue. They're really backed up.
Okay.
All right, so hang in there. If you haven't heard anything by
question for
September,
you.
I would give me a call.
Okay, one more question for you, please. I'm trying to find out how many dual citizenships can one person hold?
As long as the countries don't mind as many as you want. So, for example, I had a client who was a citizen of Jamaica, Canada, United States, and UK. That's the most I've ever seen. But conceivably, as long as countries don't mind dual citizenship, you can be a citizen of as many countries as you can have.
Okay,
Passport.
thank you very much.
All right?
All right.
All right. All right, Belgium Kim, we have any more social media questions?
We absolutely do, Brad.
Let's get them done quickly.
Okay, our very first question is from Joy. She said, so if you file an I-130 when the petitioner was a LPR and he's now a citizen, are they going to use the priority date from the I-130 for the I-485 and the I-765?
No, they're going to use the priority date from when you file the adjustment.
Damn.
Dang.
Day Chanel said, if someone got married and then got divorced and received their 10-year green card, then ended up dating someone else and that person threatened to call immigration stating that the marriage was a fraud, could that cause a problem? The person that's making the threat is not the ex-husband, just an angry ex-boyfriend. Ryu would like to know, if you crossed the border illegally and stayed here under TPS and your siblings were born here and are U.S. citizens, could they file for you while you're here for under TPS?
They can, but it's going to be a 15-year wait and your TPS will be up by then, I'm sure. So let's figure out another way.
Mona Ray says, will a citation that ended in a null prosequi?
Null prosequi. That means they did not prosecute.
That was so close, though.
Yes.
A null prosequi affect one's adjustment of status. It's from back in 2008.
No, because you were not prosecuted.
Ha ha ha. And that's all we got, Brad.
All right, so we have one last person on hold.
Perfect.
We're going to answer that question, and we're going to come back to you for comments of the day. Clovell, last call. Clovell.
Yes, ma'am.
What's up?
Yes. I lost my green card. I'm in Florida.
Uh-huh.
But I've downloaded the forms and I have them, the forms filled out.
I-90.
So I'm wondering if I have to call the USCI building in Florida or I have to make an appointment.
You can go online to uscis.gov, fill out what's called the I-90 form, and just pay for it online and mail it in, one or the other.
Okay, so when you fill them out, you got to mail them into the USCIS in Florida?
Mail it to, there's an address on the form where to mail it to.
Look if I see an address on the form.
Well, it's there. I don't have the address. I don't remember addresses off the top of my head, but it's definitely there.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
But when I Google, I found there's a USCIS office in a place called Belvedere.
Yeah, so go there, bring the form, and they'll tell you what to do.
Oh, you don't have to make an appointment to go there, no?
Well, no, I think you have to go online to make an InfoPass appointment.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
I even found that address for that I-90.
It's on the form. I don't
too
know.
quick.
Yeah. Go tell them.
It's at the address is USCIS P.O. Box 21262 in Phoenix, Arizona 85036.
It's that simple. Even Belgium Kim was able to. I don't remember P.O. boxes off the top of my head.
That's fair.
Right, you just look at the form. It's very simple.
That would make your bar trick so much funner if you knew the addresses too, Brad.
That would be a better bar trick. The address for the I-90, because every form has a different P.O. box.
A different P.O. That would be like the Rain Man.
Yes. P.O. Box 2. Sometimes I feel like Rain Man. All right, comments of the day. By the way, before we get there, apparently it's Ron J. Roberts winning the Dunkin' Donuts $10 gift certificate. The Brad Squad The Brad Squad did not come through for us.
221 shares. Rog J, slide up in my Belgium Kim DMs, and I will, and we'll find out.
The free donut and coffee for Rog J.
Yeah, and we'll find out whether you want Starbucks and Dunkin' or Dunkin'.
That's right.
Get it to you.
Maybe we'll try tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow you'll really want it, Brad Squad.
Do you know when you ever play craps?
Yes.
Okay, so on craps, you gotta, craps is 7.
Yes.
Okay. And you gotta roll, you keep rolling and like, oh, I got a 4.
Right.
Okay, so now the bet becomes, it's called the cum bet because it's hump day, but that's what they call it, the cum bet. Okay, I mean, but you gotta now hit a 4 before you hit the 7.
Right.
So if you hit the 4, you win.
Yeah.
And if you hit the 7,
yeah,
you lose.
Okay.
Okay. So most people bet that you're gonna hit the 4.
Yeah.
But if you say the roller's gonna hit the 7, that's the don't come bet. Rog J with the don't come bet didn't and wins the coffee.
And he won.
And he won.
Because he didn't.
You're right. It's the don't come bet.
Wow, Rog J,
Yes.
what a bet to win.
Yes. Only on Hump Day on Brad.
Only on Hump Day.
All right, last comments of the day.
Okay, we got 3, Brad. Our very first one is from Ryu Cage on YouTube. And he said, about Donald Trump, he said, now he says he didn't do anything. But later, he'll tell his supporters, I only commit the biggest and best crimes. No one commits crimes like I do, the best.
That's very funny. That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. That made me laugh. That's a good one.
That was the first time I've ever attempted a Donald Trump impression.
That was not bad. I own it. I can't even do it. That was almost like Donald.
We just went into it.
Yeah, that was very good.
Tamika never has an excuse to miss the show. She said, I'm getting my hair done and still watching.
I like that one.
I like it. Also, I want to see a picture of you after you've gotten your hair done, Tamika. Thank you. And finally, we've got Lisa Bling Rose. And she said, hey, Belgium Kimmy, I'm here jumping out of my sleep to watch you and Brad.
Thank you. You guys, I appreciate everyone who shared, by the way.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we will have some more contests tomorrow, and there will be some more winners tomorrow.
There will
be.
But
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, even when you try.
It's a group effort.
This is not second grade where everybody gets a prize.
No, absolutely.
Right, you got to win.
There are winners and there are clear losers.
Right. But I appreciate everyone who did try, and you guys are definitely my squad.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, there will be no pop-up after.
Nope.
But you never know when we'll pop up.
Never know.
But not tonight.
Maybe 11 p.m. tonight. Maybe 1 a.m. tomorrow morning.
You never know.
You never know.
So please go to YouTube right now, because the pop-up shows only happen on YouTube at Bradshaw Live. You must subscribe to Bradshaw Live on YouTube to get the pop-up. Yesterday we popped up and they had me drinking tequila for 30 minutes.
Sure did.
Right. We don't know when the next pop-up will be, but the whole idea behind the pop-up is that you never know when it's going to happen. So we can't do it always right after the show.
Yep.
Okay, it may happen at other times, but right now we are going to say adieu. Adieu. What is
adieu.
Adieu. Adieu.
Bless you.
I just sounded like a chew or a Jew. I don't know what I'm saying. All right.
They'll never know when
they'll never know what the hell I'm saying here. We bid you adieu. Until next time, see ya. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?